All right, let's get into some messages. I'm going to do a reading, but I'll probably do a reading separate. There's some messages that are coming through. I feel like, so for one, Spirit is saying that there was like a timeline shift a couple weeks ago, and that you may realize subtleties in your life that are different. You may realize that more gray hair. You may realize that's like you have a hard time spelling certain words that you know how to spell, or certain names. You may have a hard time like eating certain foods or taking in certain substances. But there was a timeline shift and frequency upgrade, like the whole earth. Okay, so they always give me this example of like, the earth, and then like this film, and you kind of pinch it and it wobbles and then it stabilizes. And when that happens, there's this like static, like, because our frequency knows that things have changed. We can feel that things have changed. We may feel sick when we don't know why. We may, like all of a sudden shift, pivot. For me personally, I tend to have really bad like panic energy in my body. So like, certain things will really start to get to my vibration because it's like toxic to me. And I'm learning how to just let those things go, the things that I can't let go. So they're talking about just like this timeline shift, and how there may be things in your life, like maybe your neighbor's door was red and now it's yellow, and you're like, am I crazy? Like, or maybe like things like that. Like there is things like that where there's like small subtleties that are coming through. Okay, so now they're saying that there's also there's something about manifestation, and I feel like like for me, there is a number that has been following me for about 2 years, right, a year and a half, and the more like it just feels like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm like, damn, like I don't care if I'm looking at a license plate, the time, how much money I'm spending, this number is coming through. Like just random phone numbers, this number is coming through. Or when events and things are happening, this number is coming through. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, so either that is a date, either that is a number, either that is this, this, and this. But then there is this energy of like, it's like when you think you're pregnant. Oh, there's also a message for somebody about a pregnancy test okay, hold on, Spirit. So it's like when you think you're pregnant and then you see a bunch of people that are pregnant, or when you buy a certain type of car and then you're able to see that type of car because you're manifesting it, you brought it into your energy, and you're seeing those examples of your ability to manifest. I feel like you're seeing, but I feel like because you're seeing, like, damn, am I manifesting this number? Am I bringing this number to my attention? Am I the one drawing this in? I feel like you're in some type of conversation with yourself like that, and you're saying it like, well, how come I'm not able to manifest love? How come I'm not able to manifest money? And what they're saying is because the things that you're able to manifest, there aren't blocks for. And when there are things that like, I've wanted money this whole time, Spirit, I've wanted, love this whole time, those things force you to sit inward, and they force you to have to heal. And a lot of people think that it is like the outward experience of dating or of working that creates the abundance, and they're saying that's not it. So if you're seeing like, I'm able to manifest this, or like, dang, I thought about this person and they called, like these smaller manifestations, that your frequency is also able to bring in those other bigger things, but you have blocks. That, so maybe it's a mindset. Oh, and they're talking about like the narratives that we tell ourselves. Like, if you read the way that you write, if you read the way that you propose things, if you read the way that you are saying things, like, you will see the trauma, because there is some element of like, They're giving me an example, but I feel like that's personal for someone and I don't want to share that, Spirit. So, okay. So they're saying to look at those things, like look at how your first reaction to things, like when things are happening, are you like, oh my God, because I don't know why that nigga don't want me because I'm that bitch, and like, I don't know, like, look at me, I'm cute as fuck, or look at me, but you're shallow as hell, is what they're saying. Like, those things only last so long, and they can sense your vibration is low, and so you may outwardly build yourself up, or you may put on a front. Wow, Spirit is like in it, ain't it? Okay. You may put up a front of that is like outward reflection, but your inside is kind of hollow, and they're saying that you have to heal your inside, because that is why you're not able to bring in the things that you are wanting to bring in. That is why jobs are not working out for you. That is why the bigger things in life are failing. Stability is not working out for you. Money is not working out for you. Friendships are falling apart. And that as soon as you quit faking it and kind of lean into yourself, they're also saying that if you are in a season of separation from everything, it is because there's so much that they are trying to heal you through so that they can give you those things that you're asking for. The reason why we go through anything, they're saying, is because we continue to ask for more in this 3D experience. If we didn't want for the next thing, then we would be okay where we are, but we're constantly wanting for the next thing, right? We want a bigger house, we want more clothes, we want a good meal, we want this, we want that. And so because we're wanting, the energy gives it to us, and then we create this friction within ourselves because we're not able to get to it. And they're saying like they are separating people, and they are trying to heal people, and they are trying to bring people up to the frequency in which we exist right now. And it is very like there's a thin veil, like there, it's like they were saying, like, I have a friend, and my friend is completely opposite of me, and he like we share a certain connection, and I don't really always understand the connection because like literally we have a lot of differences, and if but there's a connection there, right? And so often I am able to do these things around him, and not a lot of people see me when I'm channeling or when I'm pulling cards, and like my frequency kind of does something different, and he can sit in this space with me. But he is a fucking Capricorn. So he is very like reality based, earth based, practical, type of energy. But often when I am like talking to him or working with him, or like just his team, his grandmother, his aunts that have transitioned, they're always like, oh, thank you, baby. And I can hear them like that, I can feel them when they come in, and they're like, oh, thank you for this, or, and so they're saying like that, like the veil, the frequency that we're in right now, they're saying that it's so like connected to our ancestors. Oh, okay. And they're saying like this Cancer energy, Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter Venus conjunct in Cancer, that there's been an overly expansive allowance of like ancestors that have been able to come in and heal us and work with us. And so you could have had experiences or dreams of like your ancestors or people that have passed that are here, that have been able to come through and help you. And they're saying especially while Jupiter has been in Venus, but Jupiter is going to ingress into Leo on June the 30th. And so there's some importance in that. They tell me to look because I'm out of time. Okay. There's more. There's another message about like a house and how I'm gonna just hold on. I'm gonna keep going. Okay. So there is another message about like a house, and what they're showing me is like, um like imagine a house full of love, right? And a house full of like experiences, and a house full of material things, okay? And then they're saying like imagine that person, wow, I mean, they said leaves or dies or like just leaves, and then somebody else goes into the house and they're looking at like the jean jacket in the closet, and they're looking at the shoes that were left behind, and they're looking at all the dust and all the things that are in the cabinet and the mail, and all these all these things that someone at one point thought were so very important, significant is what they were going to say, that now mean nothing. And so they're saying like that is what we've left behind, but there are people that are still operating in like this old house where the things that you're focused on don't even fucking matter. They're saying they don't matter, They're saying that if you continue to push yourself through exhaustion, that you are going to be depleted and you're going to get sick. Okay, so they're saying that there is importance in resting, but they're showing this image, like when you see, like, oh, dang, I've had this dream many times. That's interesting. And I don't even know when, but I know that I've dreamt this. Uh, and you could just go back to old spaces and places. It's like I've also dreamt of like my grandmother in another dimension, and we've hung out in her home, which looks very similar to the home that she had in the 3D. But when I was there, I was like, why is that over there? And why wouldn't you color the wall like that? And then I realized, she was like, no, you're not there, you're here with me, like you were here with me. um oh, the other thing that they're saying to me is like, um it's something about like, oh, so this is for like other people that channel, and other people that read energy, and other people that interpret energy, and that's able to bring this energy down. There's like blocks for that as well. They're saying like, I feel like maybe someone is trying to understand why they cannot reach a loved one, or why they cannot find an answer, and they're telling you to have someone else do it for you. They're saying that there's too much emotion attached to whoever you're trying to reach, or whatever you're trying to reach, and that you are causing friction in that, and so you're not able to get there. Okay. And so they're saying just have someone else do the reading for you, or have someone else tap into that energy for you, because when we are too close to something, then we cannot see clearly. And so a lot of times this gift and the ability to tap into energy, into messages, and to bring them down, I can do that for you. I cannot always read myself clearly, right? I cannot always, like your ancestors are able to come to me, and I can, or, your spirit guides, ooh, or your angels, ooh, they're able to come to me, and I'm able to interpret the messages that come through. But when my ancestors, when my ancestors come, I often, it's like brief, and it is, I get emotional, but not in a sad way, just in a like, oh, and then it kind of stops the fluidity of the channel. So they're saying that's what you're experiencing, and that is for someone. Yeah, but I'm going to end it here because I don't want it to be too long. But there's a lot that's coming through. Like they're saying that with the frequency upgrade, like there could have been things that do not resonate with you now, and to not acknowledge, but to respect that, right? To not push against that. Like if you allow the things that are leaving to leave, it will be easier. They're giving me the example of like a bottle, which I use a lot. So like, when a baby is done with the bottle and ready for a sippy cup, it is important for you to take that bottle from the baby. If you allow the baby to have the bottle longer, or any longer than what they need, the breast or the bottle, then that baby becomes codependent on it, or that baby cries and whines and throws a fit because now they can't have it and they've created a different type of attachment to it. And so they're saying there is this blessed energy of things being removed from us as this timeline shift has happened, and for us to respect what has been taken away because it is very intentional and it is not needed for what is to come, and you do not know what is to come. So just be prepared for at the best, at the highest vibration that you can keep yourself at, that is of the most utmost importance. Okay, I love you.